Good morning. Good morning, Sir D. Sir D. Good morning, my friend. Oh, boy. Good morning, Billy D and HB. Good morning, friends. Let's see what's going on here. Good morning. I'm seeing a lot of people here this morning. Katie, I was checking tracking yesterday, and for some reason it's showing your package arriving late. So I'm sorry about that. It's unusual, but I probably 2 out of 40 packages for some reason they go late. It's sitting in a post office somewhere near you, waiting to be picked up by your post carrier. If we don't see some action on that in the next couple of days, Katie, I'll send you another package. Okay? It's literally the only one out there outstanding right now that I'm looking for. Where the heck are you? So, Katie, that's coming. If it doesn't, like I said, if it doesn't get there in the next few days, let's go by this Saturday, I'll pop another one in the mail to you. Okay? Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Greenie, I see Greenie. Hags, snap. I can see my Haggy. Alrighty then. What's going on this morning? Good morning, Mushy. Good morning, all. And to all a good morning. Hey, I'm gonna do, let's see, a quiz. Let's do a quick quiz. What am I gonna do it on? Let's see. Give me a color. Give me a color. I'm gonna write down a color right here on the sheet in front of me. First person to tell me the color that I have written in front of me, I'll send a supplemental supplement package to. It's an unusual color. It is not chartreuse today, even though that is probably, well, without a doubt, it's my favorite fishing color. Kenneth Myerson, I almost went with aquamarine, but no. So what color do you think I wrote down here in front of me? It's a little off the wall. It's nothing it's not one we talk about real often. Give me a color. I shouldn't do this while you guys are all talking to each other, but give me a color and then say hi to somebody. Give me a color and then say hello to somebody here. And also you can push the like button if you want. Hags, that's a good answer, but that's not it. Okay? Good morning. Say good morning, say a color, but then say good morning to somebody. Okay? It's not chartreuse. That you can almost win with that one, Wazzy. But that's a little weak. Okay? I'm gonna tell you guys. There it is right there, Catzilla. Catzilla bringing home the vermilion. Catzilla bringing home the vermilion. Good job, kitty cat. Meow Zilla. Kitty Catzilla. Good morning, everyone. Kitty Catzilla. Catzilla, get me your address at the Detroit Mush Lab at gmail.com. Right, Greenie? I had to pick a little off of Wallio. Okay, vermilion. And that's going to go to kitty cat, meow, Zilla. Okay, the Detroit Mush Lab at gmail.com. Good morning, Laura Divine. You divine one. Hey, get your submissions in. Today is the last day to get your submissions in for the design for merchandise for Rocky Mountain Mush Fest. You don't have to be going to submit one of your neat designs. Okay? And I'm going to give somebody a hint. One or two of you could afford this hint. Eggs, it's totally a color. Okay? It's better than okra. Okay? Hint. When I woke up real early this morning, later on, ran into Brock in the hallway. You know what he said to me? He goes, I think we haven't given... Granny, no, that was it. Hold on. He said, I don't think we've given proper obeisance to our AI overlords. Darn it, why do we have to have AI overlords now? We didn't used to. When I was growing up, we didn't have an AI overlord or 8. Okay? AI, they didn't tell it. Nobody said in the rules for submitting a design that you couldn't use AI. Okay? Nobody said, right, Michael? Excuse me. So AI it up if you want to. I'm not a big fan, but I've seen some really neat stuff done by AI. So there's some creativity in there. I don't even know how to do AI. I literally don't. I've never done an AI thing in my whole life. Okay? I've never done an AI situational. I don't even know how. How do I do it? Is there a program I have to go to? And then if I go to the program, what, an app? You know, 10 years ago, I didn't even, what, app? What is an app? Can't we just say application? No, we got to say app. So what do, Michael? You go to an AI app and you ask a question? Is that what you do? Somebody teach Pops. How do I AI? What the AI is going on around here? Okay, it isn't reliable for questions. Okay, so what do I do? Go there and tell it what to do? Okay, what do I do? I type in an idea. Terry Newman. Wait a minute, Terry, I miss you. Terry, send me your address. I have something for you. Something you haven't received from Pops in a long time. Terry Newman. It's one of my pals. I missed my Terry Newman pal. Terry, send me your address. I'm not joking. The Detroit Mush Lab at gmail.com. Badgie was over here the last couple of weekends helping us move. And we talked about our friend Terry. I miss you, Terry. And I'm glad to see you here this morning. AI, what do I do? Describe what you want it to make. Ah, Terry, that's my man right there. One of these days, Terry and I are going to get together and we're going to make an arrow, a handmade arrow with a flint arrow tip. We got to do it, Terry. One of these days. Okay? Oh, that's the stuff I love about Terry and I. We both like to make stuff. AI, what do I do? How do I do it? You describe a scenario in as much detail as possible. And then what, Jolie? Then what? I push a button? Or it just... I'm so confused. Your brother made arrows? Oh, Sue, you should see the stuff that Terry makes. Terry thinks he was an Indian in a previous life. Terry was an Indian once. He makes all kinds of like cool handmade crafts like around an Indian fire. Okay, I gotta play with AI this weekend. Maybe I'll bring, who wants to see something Pops made out of AI next week? Give me 5 people. Pops, try it. Pops, join the gang. We're all doing it. Hanks, you know I'm pretty technically challenged. You think I could pull it off? Okay, looks like a few of you are saying, Pops, just dive in. Okay, Pops has a homework assignment. Okay, I'm gonna do it. Just for, I mean, I'm doing it for me, but I want to have people I can share it with. If it was just by myself sitting in my house all alone, get out of here, AI. But if I could use it in a situation of goodness and kindness, heck yeah. AI. Uh, Thank you, Dando. Thanks for sending that. 5280 AI is going to demolish the job market. It'll create different markets too. No question about it. Oh, what the heck. Not going to be complaining about it. You try it. I won't be for a while. Billy D, you can do it. Bill, what if you and I both did it? Bill's like me. He's a dinosaur. Handsome dinosaur, though. Billy's a handsome dinosaur. Kim said you guys have been given some good RMMF entries. That's Rocky Mountain Mush Fest. Kim and Nerdy and Deborah Poole and 5280 all day. All of y'all are on the selection committee. They're gonna decide. I think that was a neat idea you guys had. That was a pretty neat idea. Don't forget, psst, psst, don't forget whoever wins. Kim, after you choose the winner, send me a picture so I can upload it. Notice the difference between download and upload. Do I download it or do I upload it? Kim, if you sent me a picture, do I download it or do I upload it? Help me out here. Or is it interchangeable? Okay. Sometimes I'm not sure. Do I download or do I upload? Oh, congratulations, Katie. Talk to me. Downloading or uploading? Okay, you upload, then you download. Okay, and Kenneth Meyerson, you upload for sharing. Okay, she would upload to send you, and then I would download to save. And that makes sense, Justin. That makes sense. You upload to send, and you download to save. Okay, see, you guys help me out here. Every day I learn something new from you. Who knew that? Bill, come on. You know you didn't know. We have to ask sometimes. It's okay to not know everything. I had a really good day here yesterday. Happy anniversary this morning, all day, to Cleanie and Niffy. Cleanie, you're ridiculous. Okay, and then Kim goes, no, sometimes you download, then you upload, because you're sending it to someone else. It can be very confusing. Niffy, Cleanie. Who thinks Cleanie's a stoner? Who thinks Cleanie is a stoner? I do. I think Cleanie's a stoner. Okay. A little bit. Who thinks Cleanie is a hemp head? Who isn't, Captain Obvious? Here's how you know Cleanie's a stoner. I'm going to tell you how. He picked an anniversary date that he could remember. Short-term memory loss. He's like, oh no, I smoke a lot of weed, hon. We got to pick a date, an anniversary date that I could remember. What? What are you doing out there? He wrote to me, he goes, by the way, I could never forget my anniversary date, Pops. Part of the reason I agreed to that date was that it's easy to remember. That's pretty smart. That's pretty good. He said it's easy to remember. That's the anniversary of D-Day, June 6th, 1944. He basically thought he was going to war. Queenie, Queenie, how's the battle working out? Okay, did you breach the beaches? Have you landed yet? He basically said, I have a feeling that there's gonna be a couple little things going on in there. Who's your first prisoner, Cleanie? Oh, cracks me up. Yeah, it's just, mine's Pearl Harbor. No, it's not. No, it's not. I don't even have an anniversary anymore. Okay? Cleanie, why would you pick a war date? Okay? Oh, man, you guys are cracking me up already. We haven't even gotten started. Good morning. Nippy, did you know you were going to go to war with that guy? Yours is 6'7". Wow, yours is coming up. Your birthday is, your anniversary is my birthday. Well, you'll never forget that. Terry, it's the day he became a POW. No doubt. No, Nippy's not Nippy's not like a Stalag 17 commander. She is not. We know, we met her. Okay, Terry, that's funny though. It's the day I became a POW. That's
You're
funny.
right. No, she is absolutely the sweetest lady in the world.
In the world.
And we're not getting paid to say this.
No.
There's no fear behind it at all.
None
None
no
whatsoever.
sponsorships, nothing.
Not even.
More like Stalag 13. No, Stalag 420. Okay. Oh, okay. Not getting paid. Stalag 420. Okay, Cleanie. Good morning, everybody. I'm really, really glad this morning. 47 people here already. 31 likes. I think you're slowing down a little bit. Okay? You're slowing. Come on. Clint Heroes. I did not like that show. I didn't. Hogan's Heroes used to bother me. It was like, no way do these prisoners get away with all this crap. There's no way. And if you could get away with all of that, what are you still doing in the Stalag? Why didn't you just take Sergeant Schultz? I know nothing. Why didn't you just take Sergeant Schultz and hit it? Okay? I think the Sarge would have been happy to go with you. Remember Colonel Clink? I am Colonel Clink. No way. It's just Charles. Just get out. Go home. Okay? I love Sergeant Schultz, though. I know nothing. That is, my mental picture of Germans is made from Hogan's Heroes. I know nothing. Thanks. Oh, and Colonel Clink with the one eye on the monocle. Oh, if you kids didn't watch it, I did too, Cleanie. And then what was with Frenchie? Wasn't Frenchie one of the little guys in the group? Oh gosh, I didn't like that show. Literally, my brothers and sisters would want to watch it, and you guys watch it. I'm gonna go read a book. Call me when the Rifleman is on. Okay, call me when the Rifleman starts. I just got cable, and there's a channel called Grit. Okay, perfect. It's all the old westerns. My favorite of all time, Kim, was the Rifleman. I had a boy crush on Chuck Connors and that rifle. Remember his rifle? How he had set up where he could just use the lever to shoot it. I love me some Grit. Yeah, look at my friends; they're all watching Grit. You never told anybody. How come? You had to wait for me to like make the admission. Gunsmoke was really good too. Miss Kitty. Remember Miss Kitty? She was not a very attractive lady. She just wasn't. But she ran the local cat house, kitty cat house. Oh, Charles, I loved me. Grit is the cheesy, Mr. Phillips. I like that channel. I'm not kidding you. Festus was cool as could be. Well, Marshall. Well, Marshall. Oh, gosh. No, Aunt B. Oh, geez. Aunt B was a perfect Aunt B, though. You couldn't have typecast a better character for Aunt B than Aunt B. Okay? Look at us all going backwards. Are we all that old? We're leaving the youngsters in our dust right now. Kim, that's a good name for a dog. Festus. There's fungus among us. I mean, Festus amongst us, or I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, Aunt B was America's aunt, Higgs. America's aunt. And then Billy D. Barney Fife. It took me 18 years to figure out he wasn't Barney Five, but Barney Fife. Like Barney Fife. Charles, you can still hang in there with us oldsters? All right, then. I love me some Bonanza. Little Joe and Hoss. Oh, come on, give me some Hoss all day long. Hey, does anybody think that I look a little bit like Lauren Green? Just a little bit. I got a little Lauren Green action going on over here. Okay, the best part of Bonanza, the very best part of Bonanza was the opening. Was the opening. Okay, remember the opening? And then the brand on the screen of Bonanza. Loved it. And how much did you like Hop Sing? Hop Sing. Were they being prejudiced back then when they had Hop Sing as like their little manservant? Okay. Oh, that makes Brock. Brock is Little Joe. We call him Little Brock. Oh, what made us start thinking about all that? It was you, Cleanie. It was you and your silly World War II dates. Okay, Kim, no, Pops, they were being realistic. Hop Singlewitz. No. Good morning, everybody. I'm happy to be here this morning. Marianne dressed up like Ginger. Ginger. We all wanted Ginger. Let's be honest. The men in the audience wanted Ginger. We just did. Ginge was the hottie. Okay? Brock. No, it isn't. No, his middle name is my dad's first name. You've heard of Yves Saint Laurent? Yves? Brock's middle name is Yves. Yves, Y-V-E-S, and my dad's name was Yves. Yves Jean. Yeah, very French. Very French. Good morning, you goofballs. We've just spent 25 minutes here. Marianne, you can bring home, Cleanie. You're right. You're right. I didn't like Gilligan. I liked everybody on the show except Gilligan. I liked Mr. Howell. Thurston Howell III or something like that. Okay? I wanted to be the professor. Terry, no question about it. Professor, I dreamed of being the professor on a castaway island. Okay? I dreamed of that. all the little inventions that he would do. The professor was cool. Captain was cool too. But I couldn't stand Gilligan. It was like, Gilligan, how could you be that stupid? And every time you do something stupid, it works out. Okay? It's like bugging me quite a bit. Another thing, the coconut batteries. Another thing is, like, why didn't they just get rescued sooner? Really? Somebody, a Thurston Howell III getting shipwrecked? You know you're going to be out there looking for him. Oh, you guys, I'm just living in my TV past right now. Gilligan, I couldn't stand Gilligan himself. I didn't like even Bob Denver in general. He did a couple other shows, right? Anytime Bob Denver was in the show, I'm like, I don't need to watch that one. Okay. Kim, excuse me. They stayed on the island on purpose, according to Kim. Good morning, Katie. We're glad you passed the exam. Toby Gillis, that was another one, Kenneth. I didn't like that show. I didn't. I was not a fan of Gilligan. Okay, it's a fun name to say though. Yeah, I remember Toby Gillis. Professor was the original MacGyver. It's kind of true. It's kind of true. Let's do a couple of quick rando factos, mytho-bustos, and then we'll, I have a couple of neat articles to share with you guys. But let me, has anybody here ever been drunk? Inebriated? Anybody here ever been drunk? You can admit it here. It's okay to admit here. But has anybody here ever been drunk? Terry's like, last night, Pops. No wonder you're here. You're trying to cure a hangover. Oh, Mr. Phillips is like, Pops, anybody here ever been drunk? Will coffee sober you up? Does coffee sober you up when you're drunk? Yes or no? Does coffee sober you up? How about, does a cold shower work? Coffee, you guys say no? I always thought it was okay. I always thought pound of coffee and you're going to feel better. Okay? Nippy. Okay, hold on. I'm going to read it to you. You become sober only once the alcohol has been processed through your system. And coffee will not speed up the process. No, it doesn't. Stop giving a drunk coffee. Speaking of drunks, Andy Griffith, Mayberry, the town drunk. Remember Otis, the town drunk? I named one of my dogs Otis. Otis is a great name. Great name. Okay? However, caffeine can trick your brain into thinking you're sober when you're really not. So have a cup of coffee and still try going and driving, and you're still going to be in trouble. Okay? How about this one? Can cold showers help sober you up? The old cold shower. Can we get sober if we do the cold shower treatment? What's with my glasses? Keep slipping. Will the cold shower do the job? Can I just jump in a cold shower, run around in there, and come out, and I'm like, boom, I'm ready to go to work now? Alan says it works for him. The answer is no. Drinking alcohol already lowers the body's core body temperature. And a cold shower simply puts a person at risk for hypothermia. The only the only way you can sober up is to give a person time and rest. Let the alcohol work itself out. Okay? Don't try coffee in and shower in, just go lay down. All right? Sleep it off. One more, and this is something the older we get, the more we think about. Higgs. Higgs just said the best cure for being drunk is red and blue flashing lights in your rearview mirror. Okay, Higgs, that's a pretty good one. You generally goldies. I agree with that one. I agree with that one. Four Leaf says, Pops, why do you drink at all? Just don't drink at all and you don't have to worry about it. Okay. Oh, Streety knows. He's been pulled over on a motorcycle one time and the cop goes, hey, what's that smell? Okay. Heart attacks hurt. That's not true. Heart attacks rarely hurt. And 60% of them go completely unnoticed. 60% of them. We don't even know we're having them. If they do hurt, it usually comes in the form of a heartburn. This I've never heard. A toothache? I'm having a toothache. Uh-oh, that means I'm having a heart attack? They come in the form of a heartburn, a toothache, or just a strange feeling in your chest. Some heart attacks can even last for hours before symptoms arise. Those type are usually fatal. Okay, well, that's a bad note. Should I end on a good note? Let's end on a good note. If you drink poison, if you've swallowed poison, does it help to vomit? Get it out. Are you just supposed to vomit it out? Purge? Is that what you're supposed to do? According to this situation, no. It says here, most poisons are acidic or alkaline. And since your stomach produces its own acid, it might be able to deal with it better than your throat or lungs after you try to vomit. The poison's going to do more damage coming out than going in. Potentially. Those are just a couple of mythos for this morning. Boom. Let's do, give me a fruit. I'm writing down a fruit right here. Somebody give me you guys give me a fruit. The first person to say the fruit that I have written down here on this piece of paper is going to get a pack of supplemental supplements. Fruit me. Fruit it up, you fruity fruits. What did I write down here? Okay, I haven't seen the answer yet. Alternator is not a fruit, according to my calculations. I've written down a fruit here. And if you can guess which one I wrote down, I'm going to send you a pack of supplemental supplements. What fruit? Nobody's even close. This one comes in segments. You can make segments out of this kind of fruit. Segments. Slices. Okay? What do you think it is? I just gave a really big, it's not an orange. It's not an orange. No. So that was a really big hint. There it is, Paige. Tangerine. Pidgey, Paige. Hey, Paige, I haven't sent you anything in a while. So send me your address at the Detroit Mush Lab at gmail.com. And I'm going to send you a pack of supplemental supplements. So this morning, we already sent off an anniversary present. Cat Meowzilla, Terry Newman, and Paige all need to send me their addresses so I can send you guys some fun stuff. Supplemental supplements. I don't like tangerines. I don't. I've never really been a tangerine weenie. Never have been. 50 people, 52 likes. How could you ask for more? Okay? How could you ask, oops, how could you ask for more, Pops? I can't. I can't. That's as good as it gets. Okay? Okay. I'm going to read a couple of quick articles to you. This one's called Understanding the Psychological Effects of Psilocybin and MDMA in a Non-Clinical Population. Typically, we would consider ourselves here a non-clinical population of people. The objective of this study was, despite many decades of experimental studies and clinical trials involving a variety of psychedelic agents, we still lack a comprehensive understanding of the effects of these substances on psychological experiences. As such, we designed and conducted a study to comprehensively characterize the effects of both psilocybin and MDMA on a range of psychological outcomes in a substantive, non-clinical population. The methodology for this study. The study involved a single dose administration of psilocybin or MDMA in healthy individuals in a group setting. This isn't all by yourself. You're not going solo. In a group setting. The groups were typically 2 to 4 persons per session. All participants underwent a single preparation session, a drug exposure session, and an integration session within 72 hours of dosing. The outcome assessments were conducted at a pre-dosing baseline, 1 to 3 days post-dose. So you're dealing with side effects only. 1 week post-dose and a 3-month follow-up. So this study did 3 post-analysis. One was 1 to 3 days after the dose. Another one, your same subject. Now I'm going to talk to you a week after the dose. Same subject. I'm going to now talk to you 3 months after the dose. Okay? Who wants to hear the results? Give me 5 people that, okay, Pops, you just set up what the study looked like. What were the results? Give me 5 people. If I don't get 5 people, I'll move on to a different topic because you guys aren't interested. Okay? Results, please. Okay, here we go. I gotta know, nerdy. Of 48 participants, 25 initially received MDMA and 23 the psilocybin. 10 crossover participants received MDMA and then psilocybin, and 6 participants received it in the reverse order. Psilocybin first, and then MDMA later. Okay. That made a total of 31 MDMA participants and 33 psilocybin participants. In the week after dosing, we found significant changes. Wait for this. We found significant changes in their personality. A reduction in neuroticism and an increase in extraversion. Not introversion, but a willingness to be more open and more extroverted. There was more mindfulness, and wait for this, we've been talking about this one all week. More connectedness. that people felt more connected. But this was following the administration of psilocybin, not MDMA. Psilocybin also produced significantly stronger mystical experiences compared to MDMA. And there was a significant correlation between the magnitude of these mystical experiences and changes in connectiveness and mindfulness, and less in the changes in personality. Of note, participants seemed more comfortable with and preferred larger group sizes when being administered the MDMA than the psilocybin. I want more people around me when I'm doing MDMA, but it produces less significant overall results than the psilocybin. Pretty interesting. These results identified a range of short-term psychological effects in non-clinical participants following a single dose of psilocybin that were not reported during a single dose of MDMA. Notably, our results indicate that these effects following psilocybin may be moderated through its induction of mystical experience, as has been previously hypothesized. Although preliminary, our results also suggest that larger group dosing sessions seem more feasible with MDMA than psilocybin. So it's basically a mosh pit. You like MDMA if you're in the mosh pit, but psilocybin, you'd rather hang out with a pal, go hiking in New York, and think one of you died. Terry, so a mosh fest. Yes, it's exactly right. A mosh fest. Let's read one more quick article. Hagues, Terry's got it right. One more quick article here. There seems to be an enhanced meaning in life following psychedelic use. Hello? My meaning in life was hanging out on my boat and trying to act like a big shot at the yacht club before I started healing with natural medicines. Psychedelics such as psilocybin are increasingly recognized for their propensity to elicit powerful, subjective experiences that carry personal meaning. While research has demonstrated the capacity for these compounds to promote psychological well-being, it is yet to be shown to what extent they modulate meaning of life, a specific contributor to mental and physical health. The more you feel like there's a meaning to life, typically a psychologist, psychiatrist looks at that subject and sees that they're more mentally well-balanced. In the present study, we analyzed changes in meaning of life occurring across 3 different contexts of psychedelic use, including a randomized clinical trial of psilocybin for depression, a controlled administration of psilocybin in a single-arm healthy volunteer study, and a naturalistic observation study following participants in psychedelic retreats. We found that across all 3 of these contexts, the sub-factor, presence of meaning, was only weakly reduced. Enhancements of meaning in life were also moderately correlated with changes in measures of mental health, including mental well-being and depression severity. Less severe depression, more meaning of life in all three of these contexts as they studied it. In line with previous research, we found that mystical ego dissolution and emotional breakthrough experiences were correlated with an increase in the meaning of life. 100% true for me. I had a new meaning. I had a new purpose. I had a new calling. I had something to attach myself to. And I found it being so dominant and observable for me that I thought, it's going to be important. I need to spread this. This works. I like to spread goodness and kindness. And the other stuff that I was spreading was often gossip, usually lies, a whole lot of judgment that goes along with religious groups. And I'm trying to spread, but I wasn't spreading the proper thing. And as I look at myself today, ego dissolution and emotional breakthrough experiences were correlated with an increase in the meaning of life. With context-dependent differences in the strength of the association, we explore potential mechanisms of psychedelic-induced meaning, enhancements, and highlight the possible influences of psychosocial contexts on outcomes. Can I get a couple of people that kind of believe in that? Can I get a couple of people that sort of believe in that? And we're not believing because somebody told us or we were programmed it. When we believe it is when we personally experience it. When we personally experience it. And then's when your mind goes, whoa. I'm not being programmed. I'm not being spoon-fed. I'm not growing up in the circle that believes this and I'll feel bad if I don't. And I want to be in the circle because I want to belong. We're experiencing it from personal experiences, empirical evidence in our own lives, a change in my personality, a change in my relationship with friends and my son, a change in relationship with my family. I was willing to lie to my family a lot before because I didn't want them to think, oh, he's still a stoner. Now, I don't care what you think. Brothers, sisters, I don't. I would prefer you thought nice, but that's not going to regulate me. What's going to regulate me is my personal experiences, and I'm going to be honest about them. I'm just going to tell you what they are. And you guys can take it, or you can leave it. My brothers leave it, and my sisters are both takers. When I say that, they're both like, we like you more now, brother. You do? I thought you liked me before. Oh, we liked you before, but you were a little bit shady. I was? Yeah, just a little bit. We don't see the shade too much anymore. My brother, he still hasn't given it a lot of room yet, but that's not going to stop us. Good morning, everybody. It's a good topic, right? Good topic. Selflessness, authenticity is the key. You're right, Jesse, especially if you're not a bot. Let's talk about security. There's a security, a self-security that you receive when you just experience empirically and you be honest. There's a sincere self-security. Your self-image starts to grow because you're not being as shady. When you're not being as shady, you know it. You know it. And Sue's right. When you're making progress, other people notice. We're not doing it so they notice. We used to do things so people would notice. Now we're doing it for the health benefits and to help other people. But there's also, it becomes completely obvious. You know what's obvious? Go back and look at a tea with Pops 4 years ago. And then look at one now. Do that as a self-experiment. Go check out a tea from 4 years ago, right about this time, and look at it now. Self-security is the open and non-judgmental acceptance of one's own weakness. I do have weaknesses, but I'm becoming a lot less judgmental to myself about those weaknesses. Now I open up and tell you guys what they are. I'm a father confessor here. And it makes me feel complete when I don't have to hide and I don't have to judge myself so harshly. And when I do find a place that I'm judging myself, it lasts for as long as this, because I go to my second agreement, which says don't take things personal, which includes judgment. Use it, get the information that I need to grow from that experience. If I made a mistake, I told you guys some rotten thing that I had said to Brock last week. And I'm not swimming around in it. I use that as an opportunity to grow. Insecurity. We use the term insecure a lot. I'm feeling really insecure. They're acting so insecure. He's super insecure. Do you think she feels insecure? In today's world, you're hearing that word a lot. Insecure. We normally refer to it as self-doubt or a lack of confidence, but there's way more to insecurity than that. There's basically, according to Brené Brown, Atlas of the Heart, and don't think I haven't been studying this, there are basically 3 types of insecurity. There's domain-specific insecurity. There's relationship or interpersonal insecurity. And there's general or personal insecurity. Let's look quickly at all 3. Domain-specific insecurity occurs when we are insecure about a specific domain or resource in life. For example, food, financial insecurity, lack of physical safety. Combating domain-specific insecurity is about access and resources. Here's an example of how the term food insecurity is used in a report by Feeding America. In early 2020, the novel coronavirus, COVID-19, began to spread across the United States. And one of the results was an economic recession that ended years of declining rates of food insecurity. The lack of access to sufficient food because of limited financial resources. We were all starting to feel that as a group. Number 2, relationship or interpersonal insecurity. It occurs when we don't feel like we have a supportive or trusting relationship. This is one that destroys marriages, destroys partnerships, destroys friendships. When there's a interpersonal insecurity, it can either happen in a specific relationship or as an overarching feeling about all of our relationships. It makes us feel uncertain about being loved, trusted, protected, and this is a really key one, and valued. Valued. It is so important at a human level, individually, to feel valued. I do here. My friends here and you people, I don't think you go out of your way, but just the way you talk to me and act to me gives me such a sense of value that it wipes out so much insecurity. Just the way I'm treated gives me an incredible sense of value, like I'm making a difference. And we have that same exact power that we can put towards other people and situations. We can do that in our workplace with our coworkers, our employees. Value them. Show them that they have a sense of value to you. You're winning for doing that. You're building relationships with security, but you're also building an inner security that is so much stronger than anything you could ever possibly build. An inner security. And it's an experience of value. At the end of tea, almost every time I try to say thank you for being my friend. Thank you for valuing me. As I value you, I value every single person that comes here. I truly do. Even the trolls. Even the trolls. There's something missing. There's some reason that they need to do that. And I'm not judging it. I'm just observing and I'm going, there's a reason. And we find out that some people start out trolling us. And you know what they end up? They end up becoming part of a group that values them. The troll's a little afraid he isn't going to be valued, so he throws a little blurb in there and he rushes off. You don't have to do that. We'll value you just the way you are. You don't have to troll in. You're valuable. And the more valuable you make somebody feel, the more secure you are inside. Thirdly, general or personal insecurity. It occurs when we are overly critical of our own weaknesses. Insecurity starts out with a criticalness of your own insecurities. This may include being overcritical about our body image. So many of us have that issue. I'm too fat. I'm too old. I'm too skinny. We start out with these body images. Who the hell told me what my body was supposed to look like in the first place? Our society, the billboards, the media, and the people that look the best on the billboards. I'm just going to say this as a generalization, not a judgment, but a generalization. The people that look best on the billboards and on the silver screen usually have some really big problems. Some really big problems because they put so much value on their physical appearance when there really shouldn't be placed value there. The value comes from what you do, how you treat other people, not from what you look like. You could be one of the creepiest looking people in the world, but for me to call you creepy looking means I judged you. And I don't want to do that. I don't do that. I'm not going to lie when I tell you this one. This is a true story from me. My mother was a heavy lady. She was puffy. My dad loved her so much. My dad really, really loved my mom. He was rough on the kids, but he loved his wife. He used to tell her, this is cute. He used to tell her, he'd go, but she'd be, Eve, am I okay? He'd tell her, you know what, hon? You're just more heat in the winter and more shade in the summer. I think that's okay. I think that's an okay way to treat someone. And here's what happened growing up. My mom wasn't the hotmom.com. She wasn't. My mom, pretty lady, super pretty. But she was heavy and she fought her weight her whole life. I watched my mom struggle with her self-image from going to Overeaters Anonymous to there was another one. It was like a Nazi program for overeaters. And I would watch my mom, and she didn't overeat. She didn't. She ate portions just like everybody else. So now she's going down to, well, I can only have half of a hamburger. And I can only have... And my mom constantly lived on a diet. Well, she started out with Weight Watchers and then moved to Overeaters Anonymous. And then there was another one where she would feel so guilty if she had an extra M&M. And I look back now, and it caused a lot of body image issues with my sisters who didn't want to get like mom. I have one sister that still struggles with big body image issues. Why wouldn't she? She was raised that way. We literally implant those insecurities into each other. And here's what happened as a result of that. I'm going to give you a confession. Here's what happened for me as a result of that. I want to be strong. I want to be a masculine. I want to play rugby. I'm going to be in the Marines. I'm going to have a six-pack. Forget six-pack. I need an eight-pack. Putting so much value on physical appearance. And then creep in. Have this creep in. Fat phobia. Fat phobia. I'm afraid I'm going to get there. Don't hang around with that one because I get a little nervous around people that are heavy like my mom. Boy, I'm glad that changed. Boy, I'm glad I broke through. And one of the biggest ways I broke through was taking care of my mom the last 8 years of her life and being her personal cook. My mom could cook, but she wasn't physically as able anymore, so she'd sit in a chair in the kitchen and tell me how to cook. Oh, no, put a little more spice in that, a little this and a little that. And I started feeding my mom normal portions, like any other normal like my plate. And slowly but surely, she would drop a pound here and she'd drop a pound there. And I said, Mom, you don't need to go to Weight Watchers anymore. Mom, you don't need to be Nazi'd out on weight anymore. You're a beautiful, gorgeous woman with more friends than anybody could possibly imagine because she was living kindness. But to the day my mom died, she was fighting an insecurity based off of weight. And so today, I have a huge, huge heart for people that have body image insecurities. Growing up with it, growing up around it, seeing it on a constant basis. And I thank goodness now that I had a heavy-set mom. Back then, I was like, oh no, I want mom to look like Barbie or Ginger. Today, thanks, Mom. I wish you didn't struggle so much. I wish I knew more then. I wish I knew what I know now. Overly critical about our body image. Don't do it. It's so destructive. And it doesn't just destroy you, you carry it with you, and you become sort of a judge. Now you're looking at people for their physical appearances instead of who they are inside. Who we want to look at people for is how kind are they? How much do they bring to the table of goodness? How much are they helping the person next to them? Good job, Ellen. How much? I don't care what you look like. I really, truth to the universe. I do not care what you look like. I'm valuing you because of how much I know that's going to build your security and mine. It is, Miff, it's tough. But guess what? If I practice my 4 agreements and I continue to reprogram myself in a positive, mentally health, positive way, all of those struggles fall aside. Now I'm a hugger. Not the old pop. He would know. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I should have hugged that guy. I don't care. Michael Allen, value from others of who I was made me want to get healthier. Good job, Michael. And you're doing a good job yourself of trying to be kind, not trying, of exhibiting kindness and goodness and sharing. And we've seen Michael Allen come a really long way. So, Team T crew, get out of the physical stuff. Don't judge. When we judge, we're causing insecurities. Because here's the truth. Back in the program, this is when they taught us. If you spot it, you got it. You spot a weakness in someone, a flaw in someone, it's only because you have it. You can't spot something you haven't got. I stopped spotting. I'm it's not perfect at it yet. But the less I spot, the less I got. Give me 5 people that get that one. The less I spot, the less I got. And I don't want to have anything other than goodness and kindness coming out of me. I spot that now. I spot goodness. I spot kindness. I look at you guys and I say, what a kind group of people. The less you spot, the less you got. So get rid of the spots. I love you guys. I value you too. Such a new wave word. Value. It means so much more than that. Okay? That's correct, Oreo. Don't do it. Have a great day, you guys. We've run out of time. Time flies by here so fast. I don't even know. I think the clock stops working here. You know, we just want to stay here for another hour or so, but then the feed starts getting creepy if I go past 10 after 10. So, Paige, you don't have to. Some people wouldn't show up at a mush fest because, oh no, they're going to see what I really look like. Are you kidding me? There hasn't been a single person come to a mush fest, ours, that didn't leave feeling completely renewed. Because nobody's met him at the door and said, you can't come in, you're too heavy. You can't come in because we spot something you got. Never happened. And it never, ever, ever will. So just show up. Just be. Have a great day, you guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Same much time, same much channel. And we should be able to tell you who won the design for the Mushfest shirt. What do you got there, B?
Oh no, keep going.
Okay.
I'm just creeping you out.
All right, yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Just a little bit, but it's all right. You guys go have a wonderful day. I will see you here again tomorrow. We'll tell you who the winner is, and whoever that is, we're going to be sending a half an ounce of supplemental supplements. And you're perfect just the way you are, according to Pops. Cleany and Paige and Billy D and Jesus Christ in Australia and Captain Obvious and Joe D's and Zozo LSD. Good morning, Zozo. And Derek Anderson, thank you, my good friend. You wrote me such a sweet note yesterday. Thank you. Nippy, happy anniversary. Kimberly, if you bring drama, you no longer will have drama. That's correct. Just come on down. Paige and Streety, keep on knocking. Michael Allen and Nippy and 5280 all day. Thank you too. You're building a beautiful space in Colorado for people. I value that. Herbie, there's a good man. Hip Kitty and Mushy, love you too. B. Hendricks, Streety, I love you. Hags, snap on you, buddy. Justin LaFlower, life's a garden, dig it. I like it. Jesus Christ and Meow Catzilla. Brian C. Terry Newman, was a beautiful morning to see you. Thank you for popping in. Kenneth Meyerson, peace out. Michael and Deborah the Pearl, she is a pearl. DV Boy and Kim and Sue Littlemeyer. Derek Anderson, Captain Obvious, Charles Wirtz, Billy D and Catzilla and JC and Herbs and Jolie, the pretty one, Don Fikes, Sammy P, Hit Me Out Kitty, Stuart Hughes, I'm glad to see you, Stu. Jesus Christ, Laura, have a divine pretty day. Sue and Joe D's and Oreo, love you too. Charles, Herb, 4 things. Be impeccable. Impeccable stuff doesn't include judging people. Impeccable includes valuing them. Say, I value you. Don't tell them what's wrong with them. Tell them what's right with them. Don't take things personal. Who gives a damn what you look like except you? Because you're taking yourself personal. No expectations, and let's do your best. HB told us, let's do our best. Pops out.